Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Sisbody, Trudograd. Welcome to Atom RPG Trudograd, a sort of sequel, standalone, spin-off sort of a thing from the original Atom RPG. And the original Atom RPG was a really damn interesting game. Basically, it was a love letter to old Fallout that said, hey, what happens if instead of going down the direction that Bethesda took and taking Fallout in more of an action shootery hybrid sort of a direction, we stayed more true to the original vision of strategy, turn-based isometric RPG sort of a thing, and took that forward. A little bit like Wastelands in a way. So this is a much more traditional Fallout style experience. It's just a great big hug for anybody who misses how things were in Fallout 2. In fact, it feels very much like how Van Buren might have felt. Because, you know, it's got proper 3D models and the UI's improved and there's various quality of life bits and pieces. So, yeah, this is a really interesting thought experiment as to what Fallout might have been had different decisions by different teams been made. So, yeah, really enjoyed the original. Fascinating little thing. Though, as I say, this is a sort of sequel, so, one, you can bring over a character from the original Atom RPG. I don't have anyone high enough level to do that, so I'm just going to be creating a new character, which you can do. This is a standalone that kind of sits halfway between sequel and expansion, but you don't need the original to play this, but there's going to be spoilers for the original. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Also, early access, not feature complete, still work in progress, diddly-diddly-day. Yeah, as I say, traditional Fallout style RPG, so we got ourselves traits and primary characteristics and skills. So first up, we need to pick our primary attributes: strength, endurance, dexterity, intellect, attention, personality, or luck. Or for short, SETI Apple. So, say hello to Regina Kickface, and her thing is going to be unarmed, because that's what we did last time we played Atom RPG, and it was bloody hilarious. So, we're going to be needing lots of strength for that, lots of strength so we can, you know, punch people in the face, and we can intimidate them. That's good. Melee and unarmed damage, excellent. Endurance, we need lots of health, because some people are going to cheat and try and have guns, which is quite frankly just ridiculous. Dexterity, a bit of that, just to dodge blows. Intellect, because I am the thinking person's beating you in the face sort of a person. Perception, -1, don't care, don't need guns, guns are for losers. Don't need much in the way of personality, we'll just intimidate our way to success. And lucky 7 for luck, absolutely lovely. So, next up, skills. Ooh, martial arts, yes. And I see, not unlike the Outer Worlds, yeah, when you pass certain skill thresholds, that actually unlocks, like, perks. So, okay, I see what's going on here. Oh, and this is just absolutely perfect, the trait sensei, because yes, as in the traditional Fallout school, traits give you perks, but also bad things. So, if I need to shoot, that's going to be a problem. But, bonus hand-to-hand, bonus endurance, bonus dexterity, bonus melee, bonus dodge, 100%, yes. Okay, I'm not going to take this one, but I love the fact it exists. Lucky bastard. So, you get bonus luck and personality and speech and gambling, and a 30% bonus chance to pass a skill check, even if you're blatantly untrained in said skill, but to do so you have to sacrifice 15 in every single skill apart from speech and gambling. That's such a cool trait. I'm not going to take it, but it's really cool. Okay, I think I'll stick with just sensei, meaning now it's just skills. So, yeah, obviously, this isn't gonna fly, the actual old guns thing. So I'll take a little bit of throwing, just so I've got some ranged options, and also I should probably, you know, try and find a companion who does know how to use a gun, because I've got no bloody clue. Really like this, by the way, when you actually take perks by leveling up a particular skill, it doesn't just say make the skill better, it actually provides alternative ways to boost your character. So say, if you boost first aid, then as you actually use first aid kits and stims and whatever, you actually convert some of the health you're restoring into XP. So if you specialise in first aid, you can actually get more XP by doing first aid. So if you want to play as more of a support character, you're not going to fall behind the actual main aggressors. Okay, this is... You're impressing me, Atom RPG, I'm liking this. Bit of stealth, because seriously, I do not want to be spotted until I'm actually right up in their faces, because, you know, they might have guns. Bit of lockpicking, and bit of survival, letting me move around the map a bit faster. Right, that'll do, let's go. Oh, flip me, hang on, no, we're not. Yeah, did I mention this was a proper old school RPG, because it's a proper old school RPG. Okay, I see how this goes. So I've got myself 45 points to learn abilities with. So these ones cost 1, learning that opens up 2, but then that costs 2, then we get up towards 3 and whatnot. Okay, just gonna figure out what I want here. So yeah, the basic ones down over here in your melee skills, they're basically just, you know, tiny bit of extra damage, nothing too dramatic. But up here, you've got some really, really big, damn exciting stuff because it's so bloody expensive. So every attack that costs more than 3 action points now costs 1 action point less. That's really, really bloody damn good. At the end of your turn, you gain another free turn with 50% of your max action points. That's just bloody incredible over there. And plus 2 action points per turn if you start getting a bit low on health. That's great. On top of that, every bit of missing health gives me bonus evasion, so I become hard to hit as I lose health. That's really, really damn good. Every time I hit the same person, critical chance goes up. That's spectacular. And on top of that, yeah, ignore armor, 30%. So I can stab people who are wearing armor, spectacular. But have just spent 2/3 of my ability points just, you know, on stabbing people. So maybe I should do like something else. Yes, like medicines do additional healing, because I am going to get shot, sure. Here we go, this syncs nicely, so more additional health, and on top of that, as I take more damage, yeah, gain damage resistance. So as I get weaker and weaker, I become dodgier and tougher. Good thought. And here's exciting, give myself more health and more AP, but shields. Okay, this is interesting. I feel like, yeah, me holding a shield. That sounds fun. Shield in one hand, knife in the other. Let's flipping go.
Attention, Major. Everything you are about to hear is highly classified. We choose you for this briefing due to your activities in the Central Waste 2 years ago. The information about the asteroid you delivered upon return from Krasnoznamenny greatly agitated the Central Command. Our science teams did not reach a solid conclusion, but all of them agreed that the potential impact of the asteroid would be devastating to all life in the wastes. This is why Central Command organized a special research group with the goals of studying the nature of the problem and finding possible solutions. For the last 1.5 years, the best minds of Atom worked on this problem. Now it seems that, despite the current state of science and technology in the wastes, a solution has been reached. East of the Central Waste and our base of operations, there is a city called Trudograd. Once it was home to a special strategic manufacturing facility, the Inverter Factory, which was ran by a certain Professor Goryachov. As you know, Trudograd survived the war much better than most cities and towns of our motherland. Thus, it is possible that the facility still stands or even operates protected by the city walls. This facility is very important to our cause. Before the war, it was used to manufacture an experimental electromagnetic propulsion device, the RR-1 railgun. According to top-secret documents we uncovered during our research, this invention of Professor Goryachov was able to deliver special polymer-based projectiles straight into Earth's orbit, or even further into outer space at tremendous speeds. If this information can be trusted, this device might just happen to be humanity's sole chance at destroying the asteroid before impact. Your mission is to venture into Trudograd, find Professor Goryachov and scout out the inverter facility for any traces of the RR-1 railgun. If the propulsion device will be found, we will take it from there, securing and transporting it to HQ for further study and usage against the asteroid menace. Good luck, Major, and let there be Atom.
Okay, I did warn you there were going to be spoilers for the first game. So yes, as is very traditional for, you know, a love letter to Fallout, we set out to solve one problem and discovered a bigger problem. Just like the warship leads into the super mutants in Fallout 1, here we discovered, yeah, an asteroid. Okay, so I'm out camping, presumably on my way to Trudograd to find the railgun, and yeah, I've let somebody into my camp, and they are refusing to say anything, so quiet night, stay silent, who are you, want to share a snack, oh how many have I killed, yeah that one.
You're hoping this weird song will frighten your mysterious companion into exhibiting better manners, or maybe you just felt like singing.
Yes, that last one, I just felt like singing.
Did you hear what happened in Krasnoznamenny? It's a city to the west of here. You feel a strange urge to tell him the truth. Who knows why? Perhaps telling someone about your adventures will make them more real. Maybe even grant them some kind of meaning.
Ah, I see. This guy's a narrative device. Got it. So yeah, that was what you were supposed to be looking for in the original Atom RPG. and if you don't actually bring a save file into the game, this is where you get to determine what happened to it. So I'm guessing all of these are options that could have happened at the end of Atom RPG. So either you stay loyal to Atom, the group of pre-war scientists and special forces that you worked for in the first place, and Atom takes control of it. Though admittedly, if Atom didn't take control of it and you betrayed the facility to somebody else, then I'm surprised you're still working for them, but I must have been very, very good at lying. Or every single person is part of some terrifying vast hive mind, or it's ruled by various gangs, or you know what, we just let it rot in the wasteland, it's nowhere. But let's assume I stayed loyal to Atom, and Atom took control of the facility.
Good old Atom. Guess those army boys got tired of riding in the backseat. Stranger adjusts his hood and sinks down into his tattered clothing. Say, you know what happened to that old Bruiser Dan? Leader of the factory gang?
I'm beginning to suspect that the person inside the cloak is in fact me trying to do my terrible American John accent, because I'm getting slightly off American vibes from him. But yes, I think I remember the factory from the first game. So yes, these are characters that may or may not appear. So I'm going to say he's alive and well. In fact, I'm going to say everybody's alive and well, because if they're dead, they're not going to show up. But if they're alive, they might. Oh, I was just having a dream about a narrative device, man. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Good, good. Okay, so, apparently I'm already just outside Trudograd. I'm just actually in an inn right here, so I've had a nice little nap. I'm awake and I'm ready to go. So the entire game's going to take place in or immediately around Trudograd, which is very, very nice indeed. So, okay, or I can just lie, say I'm in the wrong city, or I can pretend that I'm dead and a raid has just stolen the radio. So, yes indeed, you've got some good options here. But no, I'm right here. It's absolutely fine. So if you've ever played a top-down isometric RPG, it should all be very simple. It's all top-down. You can move the camera around, spin it and diddly-diddly-dee. Just click wherever you want to go. Mouse over something if you need to know what's going on. And which button are we going for today? Right, it's left alt if you want to know what you can or can't interact with. Good, 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 good. So how about we just interact with all the things? And there we go. Take myself a duffel bag. Take myself a hat. Lovely. And, you know what? Take literally everything. I've got loads of strength, so I should be able to carry all of this. We'll sift through it later. And I'm guessing I need to help myself to some good stuff here. So, you jam the door of the closet holding your room key. Unfortunate mistake, but not deadly. Ah, we're just doing some lovely tutorializing. Got it. You can hover over it and you can choose what you want to do. You can get information, you can use it, or you can unlock it by, jimmying it or whatever. But I'm good at unlocking, so that's fine. Now it's open, I can help myself to a knife. Well, that's pretty bloody good. And a knuckle duster. Okay, so the game gives you appropriate weapons for you. Love it. So once again, if you've played Fallout before, this should all be absolutely flipping second nature. You go into your inventory, you've got yourself 2 slots here. If you want to use an item like a key, you've got to actually set it. Also, I'll put this hat on my head to, yes indeed, increase my cold resistance and also make me charismatic, because everybody loves a hat. Select key, use key, on door, absolutely spot on. There we go, lock disabled, now the door is open. In which case, go back over here, time to set some weapons. So, Claw Knuckle Duster. Damage 14 to 28, got a decent chance to ignore armor and stun. By decent, I mean 10%. That's Soviet knife, because yeah, this is a basic knife, which is worse. This has got a crazy damage radius, but better chance to ignore armor. So, okay, we'll take that. And yeah, this basic knife over here, though that does let me skin animals. Can I skin animals with this? And yes, any knife lets you skin animals, which is a good way to make some money. Hello miss, how did you sleep? I hope the bed bugs didn't bite. Apparently they can do, so I'm just going to show you the bed bug marks. So, dear oh flippin' dear. When you decided to go to sleep the other day, a certain man was asking after you. Okay, what a twist! Okay, let's just be needlessly dramatic. Yes, what a twist! What did he ask? And, nothing special, wants to know whether I knew you from somewhere. I told him it was your first time visiting our establishment, maybe the city itself. Seems like your equipment attracted the man. Okay, so, yeah, where's this guy now? I'm afraid not. I saw him a couple of times in the outskirts. He doesn't come here often. Okay, was he spying on me? Where did he come from? He was sitting on one of the tables when you came in yesterday. Sneaky fellow. Told me to call him Pencil. I believe that's not his real name. Okay, so someone called Pencil is asking after me. Keep your eye out for him. Oh, classic video game bartender right here. Heard any rumours? Tell me about the city, diddly diddly day. And of course there's various factions leading to various endings, so yeah, there's a revolutionary group who might be useful or might just get in the bloody way. And just for asking questions, I'm also gaining a tiny amount of XP, which is very, very nice indeed. So, speak to everyone, learn things, you get XP. Bit like the system in the original Mass Effect 1, where you gain some XP just by, looking at things and learning things. Always like that system, reward the player for understanding the world better, it's lovely. So, the key thing we've got to know about Trudograd is, it's all about business. The people who run the city are successful businessmen. The police are themselves a commercial enterprise, and that potentially sounds bad. Law only if you can afford it. And I'm not sure about that. Don't think we have any kind of anarchy over here. Okay, yes, I suppose if the alternative is literally cannibals, anarchy, mutants, you'd probably welcome any form of stability no matter how many strings are attached. Aha, we've got a little mini quest to kick us off here. So, I was trying to leave the conversation. He's actually saying a precious book has got lost in one of the rooms. A surrealist novel that I write. Okay, fair enough. Let's find him a book. He might tell me something he wouldn't otherwise if I do the quest for him. So, just click where you want to go, and that looks like something on the table over here. Okay, so this door is already open. So, head over here. Is this the book in question? Climate of Trudograd. I mean, it might be, in theory, though actually, you know what? Show me what's going on here. I'll be having myself some rubles and a rope. Okay, if this is basically just, a Fallout love letter, that thing's going to be cocking useful. Right, bit of ransacking, and this is not really technically ransacking because he asked me to go and find his book. So all I'm doing is I'm going to go find his book, and if I happen to do a bit of looting while we're finding the book, well, ooh, this is locked. Well, okay then, how about we unlock that, and we failed. Okay, so I'm guessing this is based on a probability chance to succeed on my skill. However, if I do it wrong too many times, then potentially, the lock's going to break. That's how it always used to be. But I'm getting a bookshelf. That strikes me as a good thing over here. No, just some random waste paper. But I'll take it, why not, eh? Just keep on keeping on, do some looting. Okay, room next door, we've got ourselves a guy with rings and heavy gold chains. Looks me up and down. I'm not currently hiring. 2 women in the room with him. Okay, so I'm guessing you're a pimp. Got it. Be polite for the time being. He might know something about the book. So, Dandelion the pimp. Fascinating individual. So, just out of curiosity, what are the prices? Yeah, in theory, just in case I want to get into the business, how much does it pay? Is it good money? Violet charges 400 rubles, Rose 3. But I'm guessing you take a very significant cut right there. So, if dudes are your thing, or you're into fetishes, I recommend a brothel in the port. Okay, go to port, find brothel. I want to hear more about the weird stuff. Oh no, here's interesting. Ask him about rumours. He says the owner of this hotel's into some shady stuff. Okay, we need to investigate this hotel a bit more clearly. And another subquest too. So Dandelion apparently is owed money by Valerian Chulipov. Good name, by the way. Excellent name, in fact. So 500, 700 with interest. So you want me to do some debt collecting. Find Valerian, get him to cough up. Gotcha. His wife might know where he is. Her address is... Oh. I'm gonna be honest, I doubt she's gonna be particularly forthcoming about her husband who's disappeared after owing money to a pimp. Then again, actually, I'm clearly holding a knuckle duster. Okay, fine, yes, I see why she might be on board. And some rough cats were also looking for Valerian, but we don't know who they are. So head over to Kolotushkin Street. That's where his wife, Ruta, is. Okay, we've got ourselves a quest. In fact, a couple. Still, we're not done looting this place yet, because apparently you might be into some, weird stuff, my friends. Gotta watch out for taking stuff that might not be mine, though. That guy was, not keen on that. Okay, how am I supposed to know whether something is stealing, though? Okay, I've had a look-see roundy. Can't get into the kitchen because the guy just keeps threatening me, so I can't get into the back room either. Haven't found the book, but I can ask him about the shady activities. And no, most definitely not. Who told you that? Don't tell him about the pimp. Well, he knows about the pimp, but don't tell him it was the pimp that said it. Just say, I heard it. It was a rumour. And people in the city say the craziest thing, the only sin I'm guilty of is stealing apples from a neighbour when I was a wee lad. That's it. So, okay, I'm not against people who are secret murderers and or cannibals, if that's where we're going. I'm against such things. Listen, no matter what you heard, I'm a law-abiding citizen. In our dark times, everyone is spreading dangerous lies about everybody else. Don't pay any mind to that. Okay, we'll see. I feel like there might be a dark secret to this place. Ah, here we go. So, at some point he rebuilt this hotel, if you ask after the hotel, and including the cellar. Okay, that's a room I haven't seen. I didn't see a hatch or anything. Okay, the question is, where's the access to the cellar in that case? Because, yeah, the one room I can't get into, there's no trapdoor or anything obvious there. So, okay, my friend, where are you hiding? Okay, there's a bunch of space not used here in the walls. In theory, there could be some form of, yeah, hidden door or something somewhere. Yeah, this space is mysteriously not being utilized. Or, of course, it could be outside the inn. Step outside over here. Yeah, there's various planks of wood that could be trying to hide an entrance to a cellar. Well, there's something written on the back of the house here, but it's in Cyrillic, which I can't read. So, if you could read Russian, what does this say? Okay, maybe we'll investigate the cellar thing further when we've done the job for the pimp. He might be more willing to open up about the rumours he's heard if we do that first. But, before we step out into the wider world, yeah, two things we need to keep track of here. Cold and food. My poison level is fine, my cold resistance is fine because I'm wearing a hat, but I'm getting hungry. So, okay, over to my inventory. I've got myself loads of food and whatnot, including lots and lots of lovely biscuits. There we go, much better, and that means now if I want to, I could rest, including tonight. Just out of interest, if we were to rest to, say, 2 AM, I'm back to being very hungry, of course. Would the chef like to... Excuse me, it's 2 AM. I was kind of assuming at 2 AM, you might be willing to just, you know, not be in the kitchen anymore. Okay, well, that's my master plan failed. Ah, but he's far enough away that he doesn't see me trying to actually, yeah, open or close the door. Good! We've made it into the secret room, and now, no flipping witnesses. Good! I can now steal a large pile of food. Okay, following morning, eating a biscuit, and yes, I've got cold resistance, because one, I've got some pretty good endurance, which is good, right over there, together with, yes, this hat I'm wearing. So, okay, time to head out into the wider world, figure out what's going on. I want to say, okay, it might be a little bit too early in the morning, actually. Here we go. We've got some sort of guy doing card tricks. I bet I could make some easy money beating him at that. So, juggling an entire deck of cards in the air. The magician shoots you a piercing look, quickly assembles his cards back into a deck, and without looking draws 4 of them. He shows you they're all 10s and pats his pockets. The mute trickster is clearly telling you he'll show you a special trick for 40 rubles. Okay, fair enough. I'm willing to be ripped off here. So, shuffles the deck, indicates you should take a card. You draw a king of hearts. As you return the deck, he tears your card into pieces and throws them up in the air. The street artist shows you his empty hands, squints and gestures you to look behind your back. Mine eyes do deceive me. Whistling loudly, you find a card. You take it with a curse and see it's the king of hearts. I mean, presumably someone behind me must have seen something, whatever just happened there, but can't deny if that really happened, that would have been very impressive, yes. Okay, I'm not giving him any more money, though. This doesn't appear to be going anywhere, except... Ooh. Okay. Interesting. So, I finally leave and somebody's run over to me. Listen, help an aspiring magician out. Okay, I'm willing to help you become a magician. How can I help? So you've been watching this magician for a long time trying to figure out his trick. The infant regalia. So, okay, what does this have to do with me precisely? You're only allowed to watch him perform this trick once, that's the rule. I saw it myself and didn't quite get the last part, but maybe you can. I'll give you 100 rubles, that's how much it costs to see the trick. Okay, Amadeus, show me the infant regalia.
The man takes your money and with a smile rubs his hands together as if anticipating your reaction to his magnificent trick. He takes off his coat to reveal a thin white shirt, probably to show you that he has nothing hidden up his sleeves. He passes you the coat and you tuck it under your left arm. Then the magician shows you a sealed deck of cards and points at your forehead as if asking you to imagine a card. Any card. The card you imagine is a 6 of clubs. Amadeus then takes 2 more decks from his pants pocket, opens all 3, mixes all the cards together, and starts shuffling them in the most entertaining and skillful of ways.
Okay, so he's taken his coat off, and I've now got it under my left arm, so obviously, yeah, the trick's going to involve the coat in some way. I choose the 6 of clubs, despite the fact it's not the 6 of clubs. There's clearly more than 6 clubs on that card, John, but whatever. And, yes, okay, I haven't written it down or anything. Unfortunately, my gambling skill is really low, so this might not go right.
No matter how hard you focus, the entertainer's motions are too quick to follow. Perhaps Telerov's masterful trick can only be understood by another professional magician.
So, you're pretty good, but could you slow it down? No, the whole point is it's done fast, John. Attempt to memorize it, or show my lack of enthusiasm. Okay, try and memorize, because I do have decent intellect skill.
With inhuman dexterity, he throws the cards into the air and catches them one by one, or drops them in a cascade into a hand behind his back. He spits cards from his mouth, pulls them from his pants, from behind your ears, from your boots, and even from your nostrils. In the midst of this card storm, a loud cackling sounds from somewhere above. A huge raven flies down from the cloudy sky, clutching yet another card in his black beak. With a raucous caw, the bird spits it out, and it falls directly into the magician's outstretched palm. He smugly displays the card, and it's an ace of diamonds. Unfortunately, not the card you imagined.
Okay, so obviously it's not supposed to be. The trick's going somewhere else yet, so just silently wait.
The seemingly devastated magician stares sheepishly down at his feet, hides the ace of diamonds, and gestures for you to return his coat. You try to do just that, but the very blood freezes in your veins as you realize you no longer are holding the man's coat. Instead, there's a pile of loose cards pinned under your arm. As you raise your hands in amazement, they all drop to the ground, face up. Every card in that pile is the 6 of clubs.
They all appear to be the 10 of clubs to me, but whatever. So, okay, this is all fascinating. Right, so I'm guessing he's not giving an explanation because, either he's mute or he's pretending to be as part of the act. So, you know what? I'm just going to say, well done. Making a coat disappear in front of not just me but several other witnesses around me. That's bloody good.
You try to speak, but instead choke and cough up a 6 of clubs, which somehow got into your mouth. You give a shudder and a huge stack of cards atop your head drops with a flutter at your feet. Of course, all of these cards is the 6 of clubs, too. You indistinctly jump back as the cards burst into flames for no reason whatsoever. The flames die as quickly as they flared up, leaving nothing but ashes. Shocked to your core, you look frightfully up at the magician, only to notice that he's wearing his coat, as if he had never taken it off in the first place.
I'm beginning to suspect he might be some form of, radioactive mutant with psychic powers, rather than, any form of just sleight of hand con artist. But, you know what? This sounds pretty good, but why the name?
Amadeus Telerov shrugs his shoulders, as if there's no answer to your question, but his sly eyes are shining like gemstones in the reddish light of the morning star.
Okay, at the bare minimum, I didn't lose any money, because it was what's-his-face's money, not mine. And I'm very sorry, my friend, but my gambling skill was not enough to figure it out. So he's tried this with 20 other people, it always goes the same way, he's wasted all his money, so I'm gonna ask him myself, I'm sick of waiting. Alright, so how's this going to go? Because I feel like the magician is, not going to just explain the secret. And what's your secret? How'd you do? He's not going to say. Of course he's not going to bloody say. Oh, things are starting to get nasty. The amateur magician's threatening violence, which I wouldn't do to the guy who knows how to set things on fire. Is he about to burst into flames? I'm just gonna step slightly away, because I suspect he's about to burst into flames, because this guy can just cause things to burst into flames. So, okay. or he just disappeared. That's a pretty damn good trick. Okay, good. More NPCs with subquests around here. So an old man wants some help. Go on, what do you need? An old broken down radio. Okay, perhaps you can fix it. Honestly, I suspect that's tinkering skill, and that's not what I'm good at. So I can examine it, try and technology it without the replacement parts. Luck, or if I had the parts, presumably that might be an option. Okay, the bare minimum. Examine it first up, and okay. That means I have not figured anything out. So examine, had I rolled differently on whatever the relevant skill is, maybe intellect? No, it'll be the equivalent of perception, which I took at 1. So, okay, fair enough. My luck is 7, though, so we're just going to hit it with a booping stick and see what happens. Boom, one careful thump. Radio is fixed. Lovely. So now we can just tune it very quickly, and nope, he just grabs it straight back and whacks the volume up. So, I get a toadstool, a bottle of booze, and some brine for the morning after. So, hangovers are a thing in this game. Brine can sort it out. Oh, you look like a quest giver if ever I've seen one, though. Yes, shame on the authorities. I can't believe they haven't helped find your cat. I shall help find your cat. What are you looking at? Are you a crook sent by his so-called father to harass me? Okay, what's going on here? I can help, possibly. You know what I'm talking about, don't play dumb. I have no idea. So, she smiles hysterically and turns her back on you. Okay, let's try this again, please. I refuse to answer your questions. I see there's no way to get through to you unless you tell me who the father is. Will you tell me? No. Okay. So, she blatantly wants me to do something, but she's not willing to open up to me, so... Okay, my baby's dying and no one cares, no one will help us. I'm trying to help you, you refuse to speak to me! Okay, so just past her, there's this big gate. So yeah, welcome to Trudograd right there. And there's transition to go into... Ooh, that's a lovely Soviet snow speeder sort of a thing. Give that a look. See, that's lovely. Yeah, a motor sled. Nice. Okay, we're not going into the city until we're done with everything else. Also, there's the slightly worrying... Oh! Okay. That'll be what the signs were trying to warn me about then. Yeah, buried mines. That's what the signs said. So just don't go into this area. Oh, bless RPGs where nobody can do anything aside from stand perfectly still muttering about their problems loudly until a protagonist comes up to help them. I sell salted nuts on the highway, not the best business, but it pays. A young fella bought all of the nuts and acted all friendly-like. We sat in a log near the road and chatted the day away. Told me he was a journalist on his way to make an article about Summit in yonder city. So okay, journalist on the way to the city, fair enough. His strong morals, his youthful inexperiences in a conflict, them things reminded me of myself back in the day. We had a good long talk, and when night came, he hurried into the city. But I noticed he dropped his notebook on the way. Okay, hand it over. If I find him, I'll give it to him. Said he was going to MacLeod's tavern to write about the city's revolutionary movement. Aha! He can also give me the 101 on the factions in the city. Okay, down in the south of the city meanwhile, just, exploring all the houses, robbing them if they happen to be empty, standard Fallout stuff. Got ourselves a market. Oh, flip me. One of them's a hat shop. Yes, hat shop. Give me a discount, please. Oh, didn't give me a discount. Boo! Okay, but what sort of hats are you selling? Because I'm willing to buy some hats. Okay, I've already got the army hat, so that's 15 speechcraft, 50% cold resistance. That is... Okay, ski hats are stealth hats, apparently. So, that's a tiny bit of... Ooh, damage threshold. That's never bad. Okay, I tell you what. I'll do you a deal here. I will gladly buy the hockey helmet from ya. And I did actually find a flash suppressor for a pistol. Now, I'm not using pistols, so that's all absolutely a-okay. You just toss in absolutely all your money, that helmet, you got yourself a deal. And right next to the market here, we got someone in what looks like army gear with a dog. Hello over there. Negligent hound, good for nothing, not even supper. You leave that dog alone or I'm going to murder you. Alright. Yeah, what's your problem with that dog yonder? I'm going to defend the dog, but do it in, old school English. It's going to be great. Yonder dog cost me an arm and a leg, and I'm starting to think the little Shazi isn't worth it. It doesn't guard, doesn't shake, doesn't stay, doesn't play dead. One thing it does reliably is eat. Don't know what to do with this insufferable hound. I will take this hound off you for the low, low price of nothing. And, okay, I'm a somewhat experienced animal trainer. Am I? Okay, well, I can pretend to be, and I guess you could give it a try. His name is Haitian Sea Cucumber in your tongue. Okay, Sea Cucumber, me and you are going to be best friends. Here we go, young male Alsatian. So, alright, what are we going to do here? How about a little workout? He goes cross-eyed and gives a whimper. Let's start off nice and simple. Sit. Lie down. So what's the best approach for... I get to train a dog. Now, unfortunately, yeah, my best stat is strength. I don't really want to assert my dominance over a dog. He's just a sweet dog. He just hasn't been trained well. Okay, my endurance is pretty good. So we're just going to, do it over and over again. So he picks it up over time. That's nicer. And... there we flippin' go. So Haitian joyfully and energetically sabotages your attempts to make him sit, lie down or heel, but after many exhausting attempts, he gets it. Okay, this is great. I get to train a dog. This is magnificent. So, okay, yes, he needs to guard, bark at people he doesn't recognise, and bite people who attacks his master. So, okay, luck, survival or strength. Okay, just savage me, I can take it. I'm very, very strong. So, there we go. You try and provoke the dog, but the poor animal is terrified of you. With a low whine, he hides behind his master and won't respond to any commands. Okay, so even if you pass a check, it can be the wrong approach. Got it. So, yeah, use my luck to try and make a stupid face. And... there we go. With an angry growl, he starts pawing the ground. When his master says attack, the dog lunges forwards and bites my leg. Marvellous. Okay, next up, yeah, he needs to learn how to stay. So, how are we going to do this? You unleash the dog, he happily runs away. You need to teach him to stay by his master's side. So, survival, dexterity, or pure luck. We're just going to call the dog's name and see what happens, because I do have luck of 7, and... nice. Flipping lovely. The canine dogs smile on you, or perhaps the dog is smarter than he seems, because he figures out the command instantly. Haitian sits obediently at your side, then by his master, when he repeats the command. So, you've taught the dog everything a dog should know. Perhaps you're imagining it, but the smiling mutt looks grateful for your instruction. So, I can say we're done, or I can teach him to pull the pins out of grenades. I mean... it could be useful. We should probably do that. So, here we go. Using simple words, gestures, and charts drawn in the snow, you explain to the dog that the next time he sees Master with a grenade, he should pull the pin with his teeth. Yes, my job is done. Now we're going to walk away at this point. Just in case there's about to be. Is there about to be an explosion by any chance? Well, there hasn't been yet. Right, let's have a chat to you nice and fast. Now, the thing is, this guy doesn't actually have a grenade on him right now. But, if he were to have a grenade on him, because everybody's got a barter. Okay, we need to find a grenade from literally anybody. Does anybody have a grenade? No, best as I can tell, none of these people are weapons traders. Hats, food, odd junk, fish... yeah, random junk, more food. Yeah, I mean, it's a little market in a tiny town. They wouldn't have a dedicated gunsmith or anything. Doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. Okay, hang on. There's a guard over here. Ah, boo, we can't speak to him properly at all. That is a shame. Okay, so if we find a grenade, we now know what we need to do with that. But yeah, first there's also, there's a junkyard here. Okay, and aha! They won't let me get at the murder scene or something. Right, hello, murder mystery, passing protagonist, I can sort this out. This enemy of justice wants to stand in the way of a man getting even with his son's murderer. So, okay, I'm guessing you've got some wild, possibly unfounded accusations against someone who works here. So there's an expensively dressed creep over by a large truck together with, a bodyguard. So, okay, that's why you can't just murder them, they outnumber you. That's Ganiev the merchant and all-round sick flip. A month ago, he was on his way to deliver goods to the city, crossed paths with my son Vitcha. The boy was walking along the road to pick berries by the swamp. So, yeah, with my intellect, I can vaguely deduce what happened. So, the truck was possibly damaged during the impact. I've just detected that. So, he did. It was such a straight stretch of road, but that piece of shit jerked the wheel at just the right moment. I keep seeing Vitcha's bent body flying through the air and rolling over and over after it hit the ground. He killed my son for no reason at all, the beast. He knew he would go scot-free in this city of corruption. So, yeah. Here's the problem with private police and businesses running everything. Rich people get to literally do whatever the hell they want. Gotcha. So yeah, we know the police won't do anything because we've been paying attention to the wider world. So, what are you planning to do about it? And I'm guessing you want to get some, revenge. Discuss them in my room at the hotel. Don't want to talk in front of this guy. Okay, fair enough. So I'm guessing you're now going to wander off, and at the hotel we can catch up with you. But any chance I could speak to you first? Like, am I allowed in, or would this be trespassing? Hello over there. No. Okay, he's not willing to engage with me at all. Now, the question is, am I allowed to step inside, or is this deemed to be private property? Because I'd like to speak to this guy, get his version of events before I agree to, help murder him. Okay, I've dropped a save just in case this is deemed to be trespassing. So I'm not sure whether you're guarding this place against literally everybody or not. So, okay, who's who here? Here we go. There's a mechanic over by this car. So, a badly scratched lock on the driver's door of an old car. No time for talking. Really need to get going, but I lost my key. I can't get this bloody thing open. Right. Here's the thing. What did we learn from training the dog? Just because I can pass a check, it doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. If I just pull the door off its hinges, he might not, appreciate that. Okay, how about we try lockpicking? I'm not bad at that, and no, I can't do any better. Okay, my attention is terrible, my technology's pretty bad. Right, we're going to force the door, but he might not thank me for it. So, there we flipping go. Absolutely lovely. So the driver rapidly steps aside as you rush up to the car as if attending a vicious assault. I like the fact I'm playing as an absolute flipping bananas on toast person. That's great. So you straighten your back, grab the handle, and pull. And then keep pulling as the metal begins to creak, the window rattles, and finally something snaps as it shrieks open, slightly bent, but still functional. He's not going to be thrilled about this. Jesus H. Christ, I bought that door as a replacement only a year ago. Still, this is better than breaking the window or walking home. Thank you! Nice. And just in case you hadn't spotted, this is just a love letter to, Fallout and old school RPGs of that nature. Yeah, he gives you a sweet roll. And he's not willing to talk to me about his boss or anything, so off he flipping goes. Except, aha. Unless you need some help with the, engine, my good man. No, he's not willing to speak to me at all. Okay, so that's you taken care of. There's some XP. So you, my man, potentially did a murder. Though, actually, let's look at the truck as well. It is locked. I just want to, get information about it, please. No, I can't examine it to see, bloodstains or something. Go ahead. What can I do for you? Okay. Ganiev is not responding with, immediate threats or whatever. Then again, maybe he doesn't need to. He knows he's got money. He knows he's legally fine. He's got a bodyguard with a big gun. He's got every right to feel bloody secure. This whole society is set up to make him secure. So, yeah, there we go. Let's start off with some nice softball questions and... okay, he's not willing to chat. But, yeah, the guy's some. How's this going to go? Uh-oh. Okay. He's looking a bit not so happy, but heavy with pain. Not anger, pain. I was in a rush to deliver the cargo. The boy was in the middle of the highway staggering drunk. I honked my horn. He flipped me the bird. Then he made a gesture as if to say, go ahead and run me down. I don't give a shit. Okay, but then maybe don't run him over. Okay, you claim that you tried to swerve around him just to scare him a bit, but he jumped right at the windshield. Okay, you claim he was drunk, and he was just being an idiot, and he didn't realise it was going to be so dangerous for him. Or maybe he thought he was doing it so he could blackmail me afterwards. Ah, yes, this is not a thing that really happens in the West so much, but I have seen, a great many accounts and, dash cam footage of this being a thing that does sometimes happen in Russia. So, yes, this is something that culturally I'm not familiar with, but does happen in some parts of the world, I'm told. So, okay. But yes, his father claims that you did this on purpose. So what's your take on the story? I paid for the boy's funeral, tried to help the family a bit, I begged the father's forgiveness literally on my knees, because of course I feel responsible, nothing has been the same since. Okay, we can ask the father to see if he can actually verify that, hopefully. But instead, he spent the money on booze and bomb a gun. That's a card game. Someone in the hotel mentioned it to me. Now he hangs out at the parking lot trying to extort more money. Okay, this is interesting. And yeah, he won't speak to me any further. Let's just very quickly nip into his house here. Just, double check if maybe there might be anything else floating around here that could be of interest. Looks to me like it's just a whole bunch of bottles. In fact, actually, way more bottles than we've seen anywhere else, suggesting possibly a drinking problem. Seems more likely he was the one that was drunk under the circumstances to me. Okay, back to the hotel, and yeah, now this room that was a little bit on the, the messy side has got this guy in it. And also, yeah, make sure we close the door, just in case the game's keeping an eye on whether this is properly secret or not. Tonight I'll give the high sign to a chap I know who will tell the murderer that someone scratched his car. When he and his pet monkey come here to find out what happened, we'll whack them together. Okay, this seems like, murder. This does just seem like murder. Then again, if he's a merchant and he's rich, then okay, this is interesting. I mean, there's possibly some good money to be got out of this. Okay, let's actually check whether the story he told is true. According to him, he asked for forgiveness, paid for your son's funeral, tried to make reparations and give you money. I agree. What he did was a bit of a dick move because we can't verify whether the son was just picking berries or whether he was drunk. But let's see how he responds to this at least. And he looks away in disgust. Such generosity, so what? You think if he pays me off like the villain he is, I'm supposed to lick his boots now? You think that bastard's really sorry? He's just trying to silence me with filthy money. Throw me a bone and hope I'll go away. He doesn't actually care, but he's going to care soon, I promise you. Okay, so I'm not going to deny that's reasonable. Well, not reasonable, but he's a grieving father. I can understand why he'd be furious, and he's got no way of verifying what state his son was in. I mean, the testimony we've got from the merchant seems to be, yeah, he seemed like he was actually, beating himself up about it. He's not thrilled. But then again, he saw the guy on the road. The guy might have been rude, but he was driving a truck at full speed at someone he knew was in the way, and then, yeah, hit him by accident in, well, we can't be sure what the true circumstances are. All we do know is, it is uncontested, that this was a long, empty stretch of road. He saw the boy, and he did not slow down in any way. He drove at full speed, meaning to pass so close by as to scare him. So, really, yeah, screw it. You know what? I'll do it for all the free stuff. There's going to be reprisal tonight. It's not just going to wait for me to be there. If I'm not there, he's just going to go ahead and do it without me. Now, the problem is I don't know precisely what time it's going to be. So, okay, hopefully this all works out then. Also, one other thing now that we're actually getting into combat. I should probably, put on the armor that I've got. That's probably a good idea. Yes, wearing armor, that's lovely. And put my stim packs in on slot number 2, just so I've got them available. So yeah, I've now got myself armor, my good stabbing fist, and some stim packs. Though potentially I might want to put on... Yeah, you know what? We're not speaking here. We're going into war mode. And I'm actually wearing the stuff too. That's lovely. Right, so this is me in battle mode right here. It's time to make this happen. Okay, I'm a tiny bit peckish, but it's not too bad. And, yeah, right now it's about 2 p.m. So, yeah. I don't know whether 8 p.m. odd is going to be good enough, but we will rest for that long. Snowing a bit right now. I'm getting a bit peckish, so I'm just going to, very quickly eat some biscuits and whatnot. In fact, I'm going to eat that sweet roll, because that sweet roll is going to give me bonus dexterity. Okay, it's night, and the guy's here, but I'm not sure where my friend is. The guy who's actually, you know, supposed to be getting the revenge. Can I speak to you guys, by the way? And, okay, he looks shocked. Aha. Okay, I'm guessing the guy's about to just magically appear. What's going on here? We came here to deliver your sentence for the murder of my boy, Death. See if you can catch this bullet in your teeth, mother flipper. So, okay, I'm on the... Ooh. I could just randomly flip sides and say, no, I'm on the side of the person who ran down a boy in the middle of the street, which I guess we could do. But maybe we can resolve this. Now you're actually all together. This is not going to work out. I don't have the personality or charm to make this happen. But just out of interest, maybe we can talk about this like sensible adults. Is there a peaceful solution where I still get to see his inside sprayed all over the pavement? Then no. Okay, not a great start in many ways, and see, I tried to resolve things in a civilized way. Now it seems the time for talking is over. The old fool is bent on doing something unlawful and violent. Okay, but what does unlawful mean in a society when people can literally just buy the law and the police are, you know, a private commercial enterprise? Unlawful doesn't mean anything under those circumstances. So, okay, there's going to be a fight, merchant. Do you want some help? I could flip sides here. The merchant would have to be pretty bloody on my side after that. So, give him hell, old man. Don't drag me into this. Settle it on your own. No, you know what? Screw it. Sure, why not? Attack! Now, the question is, who's up first? It appears to be me. Well, that's just flipping marvellous. So, okay. You're healthy. You're healthy. However, you have a gun. Did you not bring a weapon? Did you not bring a cocking weapon? You knew he had a bodyguard who's got a gun. Okay, great. Just spot on. Okay. So, use 3 action points to move over to here. Now, can I hit this guy? Yes, I can. Though I could also go for an aimed shot. So, 94% right now. So, aha. Here we go. So, yeah, hit him in the fist, hit him in the leg, hit him in the torso, hit him right in the cocking eyeball, or go for the head. Alright, honestly, 3 cuts in the eyeball's not terrible. And, boop! Critical, minus 112. I've only got 134. That's not bad. The downside is I shouldn't have done that. Should have counted up my action points, because now I physically can't do anything else. So he's almost dead. What we're going to do is I'm now going to go and hide behind this guy. We're just going to go and hide behind you. That's lovely. And there we go. He shoots that guy. You've also got a gun, but I'm wearing armor, so that does not do that much. You've also got a weapon, and that's probably going to bring this guy down. No, he's almost dead, but not quite yet. Okay, we know this guy's not doing that much to me. So 1, 2 steps here. Then I've got myself... Now I've got 7. So yeah, now I can do 1 big punch over here. Probably best to just go for a normal, to be honest. That's fine. That's 93% right there. And boom. And is he dead? Yes, okay. You're dead, which is good. And that means I can take 1 step here and then punch you just with a general normal shot. Boop, minus 28. So yeah, those criticals are worth a lot more. It's just like old Fallout. Criticals are hugely important. And here we go. At the end of my turn, I get a little half extra turn. So, okay. That means I get 1 aimed shot right in your... Right in the eyes, yeah. 3 cords in the eyes again. And 18, but stunned him. Meaning he's down on the ground. And I'm guessing that means he gets less AP going forward. So he is, yeah, injured right now. Well, that works for me. That means we can now just start power punching him. I think we're just punching him in the dick right now. 28, almost dead. And would you like to see... No, he gets up and he gets another go. And he shoots me for 13. But then he dodges. And he doesn't dodge that time. His head bursts. Job done. Okay, now, admittedly, this is a society where the rich do very well. And we did just murder a rich guy. And he might have had, like, police insurance or something. Okay, before we do anything else, we're going to grab all of this. Admittedly, we don't really need any of this. And, aha. Okay, we've got his list. Flipping how the guy's lying. He's been running people over for a very long time. Arthur Surkoff, felt a sense of empowerment and overwhelming inspiration. My heart was pounding from the risk. A pleasant excitement. Okay. Now, he sort of says these people were bad, so, yeah, drug abuser, menace of a village. He's vaguely trying to pretend he's like, you know, a truck-driving vigilante. Truck man, if you will. But he's also kind of getting off on the excitement of murder. So yeah, he mainly did it to drunks, presumably because it was the easiest way to get away with it. So, instant death, paid reparations to his father, very annoying person, wish he was dead instead of the son, erect for 2 delirious weeks. Okay, so we definitely picked the right side there. And I'll be having the rifle off this guy too. That's gotta be worth some good money. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, you were right. He was a weird truck pervert, so well done. Right, time to get away from here just in case anyone comes to, you know, investigate, like the private police. So let's flip in just, you know, get inside out the way. Okay, hunger is fine, cold is fine, toxin is fine, and yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night. And I could wait until morning, but yeah. The other big quest from this town is the pimp wanted me to find this guy's wife. Now, at night, presumably she's gonna be home, so call it Tushkin Street. Let's just head over there just to say hello. Ah, it's not that simple. Can't go there directly. Need to go via the scrap quarter, and also you've got yourself a big, beautiful, glowy thing over there, whatever that is. And this counts as the world map, so we're going to run into events on the way. So, okay, armed hooligans are leading battered people in ragged clothing. So, slavers. My stealth is... I mean, it's pretty good, and no, that didn't go well. Oh, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble now, actually. Ah, but of course, yes, we're playing by Fallout rules. So... yeah, there's some bad people over here, but you don't actually start off in combat with them. So, in theory, just scout about here, avoid these individuals. Yeah, by not fighting them, I'm giving up XP, I'm giving up equipment, I'm giving up money, but I might just be able to sneak around these guys. Just avoid them and go for the exit zone. Okay, let's see if we can maybe just, you know, not have any trouble with these lads whatsoever. Just move straight the flip on. Also, how's my cold doing right now? Okay, my cold is starting to slowly tick up. I'm a little bit hungry. It's not so bad. Let's just get out of here. Yep, off we go. So long, losers. Okay, and that brings me to this area where now I can just... wow, okay, you can just move around using the map if you want to play without actually, you know, seeing the game or whatever. Okay, they said 9. Number 9 in this place. Now, how do I figure out who lives where precisely? Are there numbers or anything? Well, maybe priority number 1 should just be get inside. It's night, it's snowing, it's cold. There is a cold meter. Let's just nip inside and see what we got here. Well, apartment number 1. Can't but notice old-style printing press, desks, typewriters. Okay, possible connection to that journalist that was mentioned. That's possible. Hang on, there's a number on the outside of the building. 2. Okay, I'm supposed to be looking for 9. Okay, need to find a number 9. What number is that? That also says 2. This might not be the right district. Okay, next building over looks a bit more populated. Group of people over here. And, yeah, 2 people asleep. Okay, need to find a router, but the game doesn't tell you who somebody is until you, you know, find them. So, right now, no clue who I'm looking for. But you lot will do as a starting point. Okay, the door was locked and I've unlocked it, but that might mean they're not thrilled to see me. Okay, group of thugs with dynamite. And I'm so sorry, I think I've walked into the wrong apartment. My mistake, I'll see myself out. And, uh-oh, she saw too much, get her. Okay, this is a problem. Look, let's settle this in a civilized way, gentlemen. And what the hell is wrong with you? We need to kill you first. Look, I'm so sorry. I'm just looking for an old woman who might be willing to shop in her husband. Unless, of course, I might be willing to... Oh, bloody hell, could I just say, you know what? I might be able to dynamite a bit better than you. Or, Lady Luck. Yes, Luck of 7. Come on, Luck of 7. Oh, dear. Okay, the mysterious terrorist cell have decided they're going to murder me. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, that's... I feel like I'm about to die now. Ah, there was, as it turns out, another house across the street, which had 9 written on it, which is the number you were supposed to be looking for, John. So, yes, this house in the north is not the right house. Okay, I'm very sorry to have disturbed you all repeatedly. I'll let you get on with whatever it is you're doing. Here we go, that woman speaking in blue. That's probably a good sign. Hello, would you be Ruta by any chance? Okay, she seems worried about him. I was kind of hoping she'd help, you know, shop him in. Then again, maybe I could lie and pretend I want to find him for good reasons, not like shaking him down reasons. So yes, indeed, my speechcraft isn't spectacular, but Valerian I was sent to find him, so I know his name. So therefore, the fact I know his surname, that's got to count for something. And, okay, who sent you? Man from the outskirts with a flowery nickname. Yes, let's be vague for the time being. Let's not say, then again. If I do say Dandelion the Pimp, logically, yeah, she might be more willing to shop in her husband. Screw it, let's do that. And I knew it. Does he have Valerian? Answer me. And no, I'm going to be honest, he's looking for him too. Are you sure you're not going to hurt my Valerian because some shady men have already come around asking for him? Okay, who? Because he mentioned shady people as well. When they first started asking questions, I was relieved, thought maybe they were detectives. Why would such a large group of detectives be? Ah, is this the terrorist cell over the road by any chance? And he was planning to meet up with his friends Jacek in the Scrap Quarter, which is, yeah, right by where we actually were in the first place. That's the first location we passed by. And Stefan, who served with my husband in the food expeditions. Yes, we heard about that. Stefan lives somewhere close by to the tavern. Okay, fair enough. And now Jacek might be an assassin, which is, you know, potentially not someone who's going to be nice when you speak to him. And as for Stefan, pathetic little drunk. Gotcha. So, that's all we can get out of her there. But, while I'm actually also here, yeah, this is where the professor lived, somewhere in number 9, though he's probably long gone. So, the same building, I can start asking after the missing professor. Go over to the tavern, there's now a journalist, as needs to be given a notebook. He's going to tell me more about factions, presumably, absolutely lovely. And of course now, we need to find someone over there too. Logically, he's going to be, you know, in the tavern getting drunk and whatnot. But now on top of that, there's a new assassin as needs to be located in Sins of the Past. And the railgun, we haven't even properly been to the scrap district yet. But there's going to be a massive factory. Need to find my way to a railgun. And diddly diddly dee. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the point. And I do mean that very literally on this occasion. Because this here is Atom RPG Trudograd. And it's basically just like new Fallout, except new old Fallout, if you see what I mean. It basically says, hey, what would happen if, instead of all the stuff we've had in recent years, we just took Fallout 2 and just said that, but technically more impressive, and also we set it in Russia because Stalker was good too, so whatever. And just like the original Atom RPG, there's a lot to like here, there's a lot to recommend. I like how much thought has been put into the world, how if you go around and you speak to everyone, you can learn about the world and figure out important things. So, you know, major plot points that come up in conversations down the line, you know ahead of time whether something is the right or the wrong thing to say. But what I particularly like is, passing a skill roll does not guarantee success. You've got to apply a bit of common sense. Like when I tried to use strength to get the dog trained. That wasn't gonna work. It was the easiest check for me to pass, but passing a check doesn't just guarantee free success and money flowing down from the skies. And I like that. There's a lot of clever stuff here. It's a good old-fashioned RPG. If you remember these days with fondness and you'd like more good old-fashioned RPGs, you'd have a lovely time with this one. If that sort of thing was never your scene, honestly, you probably won't get much out of this, because this entire franchise is just a love letter to the Fallout RPGs of the 90s. That's what it is, and it's not trying to be anything more or less, and to my mind, it succeeds pretty well at what it wants to. So, We'll leave things off there, ladies and gentlemen. Link in the description below. Well worth checking out if the old Fallouts are your thing. But, yeah, this is interesting stuff. We could see a bit more of this. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on how the video does. Maybe we'll have it back at some point. I do not know. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been Atom RPG Trudograd. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rad scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet, though. I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.